Friends. How many of us have them friends? The ones you can depend on, friends. Hey, how many of us fucks them friends? The one that we can suck with, friends. What? What? How many of us fuck them friends? What? What? You know I be fucking friends. I'm just joking. I'm really doing too much. And you can't expect nothing else but me to do too much. If you haven't noticed, this episode will be about friends. And not just having friends, like just gays having friends in general, the hardships that come with it, the boundaries that come with it, the struggles that so many people face with keeping gay friends. Especially a part of an epiphany, I realized that I don't really have a lot of them. So I'm definitely going to get down to that, talk about some things I've experienced with my friends and past friends and some I don't call friends at all. And basically just get into what it takes to have a friend, the things you go through to keep one, and really how difficult it is to keep a gay friend, honestly. Honestly, truly. So, y'all already know what it is. Fit to get into some shit. It's Friday. Let's do that shit. Linkin with Robbie. So, dude hit me in my DM, right? And I'm just like, all you niggas freak out, and that's just all it is. First off, girl, fuck him. And you are now listening to Linkin with Robbie. Welcome back. Bring it on in. Bring them out. All the pleasantries. It's your boy Robbie K, and I'm back again. Episode 52, Linkinwitrobby podcast. And I got some stuff I gotta address with this one. Yeah, some stuff I gotta address with this one. Outside of that, before we get into all that good shit, right? Before we get into the mess, make sure my headset on. Before we get into the mess, how is everybody doing? How's your mental going? Are you stressed? Are you depressed about anything? Are you ready for the summer? It's around the corner. Question for those ready for the summer. Are you single? Are you finna be outside? You locked down with your man? What we doing this summer? I know I'm be with my man. And we're gonna be outside, but we're gonna be outside together. But how the rest of y'all moving? Do y'all know how y'all gonna be moving? These are questions that need to be answered before we get to May, because the summer starts Memorial Day weekend, and you need to already be knowing what you're gonna be doing when May hit. You feel me? Like, you need to already know what the game plan gonna be. Off rip. That's just me being real. Now, outside of that, I'm doing good. I'm currently working, so I'm juggling some things. I'm doing some work, all phone work, and I'm also doing my little episode at the same time. So I'm gonna be a little bit in and out doing all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's the multitasking of it all. But I am good. It's the weekend. I mean, when it's the weekend, what else can you do but be happy? You don't have to deal with people all day, all week. I have a fashion show I'm going to tomorrow for my old modeling troupe Faces. So I'm definitely going to show support. I went last year. It was really nice. So I'm going tomorrow to show some support. Gotta get me a haircut tomorrow. Get myself groomed up right. Get my little papi Dominicano, type of hairstyle again. I got me something to wear. Something to be looking nice. I'm bringing my man with me as my trophy. First time bringing my man with me. So this is going to be a big thing that I'm really excited about. Outside of all of those, I feel like I've gotten all that out of the way. Let's see, is there anything else I can touch on? No, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So I want to start somewhere. And this is where I want to begin. Let's start here. So, as of 2 days ago, on again, off again friend. And the reason I say on again, off again is because we can't seem to keep a steady friendship going without us falling out over some disrespectful comment that's not needed to be made. So, needless to say, to make a long story short, because I don't want to do too much when I'm trying to dive into a certain topic. Basically, we got into an exchange, a heated exchange that came out of literally nowhere, and some things were said. And of course, it was stuff that I've told him out of confidence and stuff that he's told me out of confidence that, we used against each other, apparently. And he did make a comment and told me that I didn't have any friends and that he was the only friend I had, which made me stop and ponder and say, you know what, bitch? You know what? I don't have a friend circle. No, I don't have like a group of friends like Living Single or Golden Girls or Friends even, where, I could just kick it with a group of people at all times. No, I don't have that. But it made me also realize that there's a reason why. So in a gay community, making gay friends can be very difficult. And this topic I'm going to talk about today, because as you can see, I'm getting straight to it. This topic I'm going to talk about today really hones in on that. But before I get too much into that, I do have to address that statement that I don't have any friends. I had to correct him because then the truth is I do have friends. Do I have a huge group of friends that I can hang out with all the time? No. I don't have a whole bunch of friends that like to go out to the club and party and whatnot. No. He used an example of, I needed him to go out for my birthday and certain stuff like that because I had nobody to go out with. So the friends I do have, a lot of them have moved out of state. So no, I can't go out with them because they don't live in Orlando. And the ones that I do have in the state, they don't go out. They don't club. They don't do that. So no, I'm not going to always have somebody to go clubbing with because everybody don't go to the club. So in that basically ground, yeah, you're correct. I don't have any friends that like to go clubbing, that want to turn up and party all night or go to sex parties or go to bathhouses. No, I don't have those kind of friends, unfortunately. But I do have friends that if I'm going through something, if I need something, or if I need someone to talk to, I can call. Friends that I've had over a decade long that I can depend on. But it also brings me to my next point. It is harder to make friends for myself. It's something that I've struggled with since I was a kid, and it's not because I can't make a friend. I've always had a hard time finding a group. See, I don't know if it's the Gemini in me or if I'm just that flexible, but I typically can get along with a lot of different people. But with that comes the issue of a lot of different people don't get along together. So I've never been able to find a group or a clique that I can settle with because a lot of them don't mesh. If that makes sense, like a lot of them don't get along. So I can have some coworkers that I'm cool with, but I can't bring them around other people because they don't have the same type of vibe. And then I have people that I'll go to clubbing with that I wouldn't bring around other people. Like I have so many different friends that just don't run in the same circles. And even in the gay community, there's numerous different people that I am cool with on that level, but I can never have them all hanging out together. They don't run in the same circles. They don't hang around with the same people. It will be weird. It will be awkward. I don't have a friend group that strictly. I've been a part of friend groups, but I've never been a mainstay in the friend group. I've always been somebody that fluctuates, rotates in and out, because I dibble and dabble with different groups of people. I could be hanging with one group of people and get along great with everybody there, but they don't get along with another group of people that I also can hang out with. You see where I go with that? So I don't have a group or a clique or a set family or whatever you want to call, or a gang or whatever that I roll with. I've always struggled with that because I typically get along with everybody, and sometimes people that I'm going to get along with, they're not going to get along with, and I'm not going to just be like, well, it's just me and you against everybody. Like, no, I don't have a problem with that person. Me and that person have a great relationship. So, yeah, I had to address that because, bitch, you had me fucked up because, first off, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Just because I wanted to go out to the club with you and I know you were pay on your dime does not mean I don't have any other friends. I have friends. I don't have no friends that want to do that, but if I wanted to go do something else, I bet you I would have friends to do that. Like, girl, Humble yourself. I tell you, sometimes people get beside themselves. They think they're bigger than the program, and maybe you're not even a sign or a symbol on the fucking program, bitch. You're not even on the paper. They didn't print you out. You were never needed or necessary. How dare you think you're that important? How dare you think you're that important when you've never been that important? Which is what the conversation was all about. Was about me feeling like we were friends and him feeling like we were never real friends. We were just fuck buddies. Okay. All right. Great. Cool. Even though the dick was never necessary, I never really needed it and never really got it all the time. Cool. Great. That's what it is. All right. But I ain't going to go too much into that. I'm going to go back into the topic because I really want to talk about the topic that we're talking about today, because this topic is going to open up a can of worms and I'm going to discuss a lot of stuff. I got some stories to tell because I've had a lot of different friendships. Hey, girl, we got to talk about it. I hope y'all ready because I'm going to get into some shit. Let me get ready. Let me get into this shit. Let me get my phone out. So I stumbled upon this question from, of course, the Ask Black Gay Bros subreddit, which I use for my Ask Robbie segment. And I just want to use this question specifically because this question kind of ties into my topic. And it really shines a light on kind of where I kind of stand a little bit sometimes. Question goes, where do I become friends with gay men without using social media or going to the bar? I'm tired of every meet gay people suggestion being Grindr, Jacked, or the club scene. I want real platonic friends, guys I can grab coffee with, talk shit, play games, go to events, or just vibe without it turning into a hookup or situationship. So where are y'all actually making solid gay or black gay friendships offline? I feel like social media is the easiest way for connection, and even that seems draining. Now, what I can say, you're not wrong. I think I struggle in that same idea because when I was clubbing and hanging out, yes, it was plenty of people I was hanging out with. Yes, I can go have friends and stuff like that. But if I don't want to go to the bar, if I don't want to go to the club, if I don't want to fuck, where are the regular friends that I can just, like he said, go get coffee with? Or, oh, let's go to the gym, or let's go shopping, or just regular things. And what I've realized is that the only way you're going to meet these kind of people is outside of those settings. So if you're not on those apps and you're not on social media and you're not going through like the bar setting or club setting, you got to meet them at work, church, maybe, you know what I mean? Different communities outside school, that's where I met a lot of people. You can meet a lot of people in school, join different organizations and places where you can actually meet different communities and different groups of people where you can socialize and meet the regular people who do those things. Not everybody goes to the club. If you don't want to meet club people, don't go to the club because that's all that's going to be there is people that like to go to the club. You have to find the type of people you're looking for. So if you're the type of person that like to go running, you like doing gym work and stuff like that, you're going to have to meet them in some, I don't know, like some exercise retreats or something, or I don't know what workout people do. Go to the gym, stuff like that. You're gonna have to meet in that type of place. If you like something like, if say you like movies and you like Marvel, or you like comic books, or you like music, going to concerts, going to venues where they're gonna cater to that type of style and that type of genre, you might meet people there. It's all about basically going after what you're actually looking for, if that makes sense. So if you're looking for that specific type of person, you're looking for those type of set of friends, you have to go into that atmosphere where they will be. And that's something I had to learn. Now, my other issue is with me is that I'm not good at, building a group when I go places. I can go places and dip and dab and go anywhere. But am I going to have a set foundation of people that I can fuck with there? I don't know. It's very hard. One, it's hard for me to be a part of an ensemble and remain a part of an ensemble. I'm very fluid. I like to move around. I like to fluctuate and hang out with a lot of different people, talk to a lot of people, move around. I can't just sit still in one spot. So that's an issue, right? Right. Okay. So with that being said, I understand. Some people may not, but I do understand the difficulty in getting out and meeting people without the main trifecta of social media, hookup apps, and the club. It's hard to make friends going to the club. Everybody's there intoxicated, hanging out, turning up, and that's all they know. So you're gonna meet hangout people. You're not gonna meet anybody that want to do anything else. You may, but it's gonna be a lot difficult. As I've stated, I got plenty of friends that I can call on right now. They're gonna answer. We can have a phone call and talk on the phone for hours. But they don't live around here, so I have to make do with what I got, right? Right. But at my big age of 33, I still want a friend group. I was posting on my Twitter, I was saying how it's crazy how I don't have a friend group and it's very difficult for me to build a friend group, and I've never been able to do that. And I wish I had like a clique that I could say, oh, me and my dogs, we've been hanging out since elementary school, but that's not how it was. It's always been me and one other person. That's always has it been. We didn't have a group of friends. Me and my best friend, we didn't have a group. It was just me and her. Me and my boy best friend, we didn't have a group. It was just me and him. We've been a part of different groups and part of different things, but it was me and him that was best friends. You know what I mean? Like, that is the issue that I've always dealt with. And there's strengths with being able to adapt and being fluid and can move yourself through any social setting and you can float around. But there's a downside to where you float around so much that you don't have a strict place that you can be foundational with. Like, you don't have anything you can fall back on or you can say is your home. You don't have a home base. And that can become difficult to deal with. That I can say. Now, the other part of that is when I'm going to get into some stuff. The other part of that, the other side of that is a little bit more trickier. A little bit more trickier. So, I came across this tweet, right? And this tweet says, being a gay man and having gay friends can be so difficult. What happens when you find out your friend is hung? Throws off the whole dynamic. Now, of course, you know what that means. Basically, it said, what do you do if you find out your friend got a big dick? And I'm going to say this. Two things, because I'm going to be serious first and I'm going to be with the shits. Okay? Kind of y'all want to hear the shits and I'm with the shits and I want to be with the shits today. Okay? That's what I'm on. First thing, that is a difficulty with making friends because sex is always at the forefront. Men are lustful. We get horny. We're attracted to people. And there's a chance 9 times out of 10 you will come across a friend that you're attracted to. And what if one drunken night or one night y'all at a hotel getting ready for a party or going out to a club or whatever's going on. Maybe you guys going out of town on a trip. Maybe you're going to Puerto Rico. Maybe you guys sharing a room. And you see the package. You see the dick hanging down to his ankles. You have that thought. I don't care. You have that thought. And some friends may make note of it inappropriately. And then some friends may not say a damn thing. May keep it to themselves and be like, I'm not supposed to be looking at my friend dick. Okay. Here's the thing. That is what makes it complicated. It does. That can be a difficult thing. For some people, it may not be, but it could be a difficult thing. I'm going to say for myself. Let me say something. For myself, when it comes to being friends with somebody that got a big ass dick, or just anything like, for the matter, like a fat ass, or knowing that they good in bed, or say I got friends that I'll go come across their OnlyFans, their content, and I see what they really working with. Because sex has become so normalized for me, I can handle seeing that and not wanting to jump on them. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean in the back of my mind I don't think about it. So the thing with me is I can have a lot of thoughts when I'm horny. I don't act on every thought I have. I can guarantee there's been friends that I've thought about. If circumstances were different, I'd fuck the shit out of you. If circumstances were different, I'd let you fuck me. If circumstances were different, I'd ask you to nut on my face. See, these are the things that I think about from a friend aspect. Now, in a relationship, I move differently. So let's make sure everybody understand that and get that understood. I'm not talking about from being in a relationship. I'm talking about while I'm single. So while I'm single, I may get down with a friend if he down. If we drunk and my friend whip his dick out or my friend starts sucking my dick or anything like that, I'm not gonna stop it unless that friend is in a relationship or unless I'm not gonna stop it. I can handle that. But the thing is, in a relationship, I think that's where it gets complicating. Because I'm gonna use my boyfriend for example. He's friends with a lot of people he has had sex with, dated, been in relationships with, talked to, so on and so forth. And I can say the same for myself. I know for myself, I've only been able to maintain those friendships if it wasn't something that was like a constant. Like if this wasn't somebody that I was fucking every Tuesday, our friendship is not the same because it was based on sex. We don't actually have a friendship. But if we were somebody that we actually hung out, we had cool, good times, and maybe like 1 or 2 times something sexual happened, that's different. I know it's the same for him. He has some people that he's had, maybe like they messed around one time. They may have touched each other, may gave each other head, but it never went further than that. Yeah, that's different. If it's just somebody that you was just swapping semen with every other Tuesday and y'all was just fucking and tearing it up and busting out niggas together, those are the type of friends that I have when I'm single. I don't fool with them too much when we're in a relationship. Our friendship was based on sex, and I'm in a relationship now, so our friendship no longer exists. I had one friend that I used to bust down niggas with when we were single. When we were single, we used to do what we do with everybody, whoever we wanted to, right? And I noticed he knew my nigga. And so I noticed that something in part of me like, okay. My nigga let me know that he had sent him a message on Snapchat. And that he used to talk or whatever like that. And that he used to send him news or whatever like that. I know my friend, he'll send ass shots and ass videos, dildos in his ass to all type of random niggas. He sent it to me many times just on a random Wednesday morning for no reason. No reason. No specific reason. No strategy behind it. He's just horny and wanted to send it around. So with that being said, I don't take it too personal. But messaging my nigga and sending him that stuff. Hold on, this is my man now. I know we're newly just together, but this is my man now. Now, mind you, we've only been engaged in like being exclusive for like a month. We hadn't announced our relationship, so a lot of people didn't know we was in a relationship. So I couldn't get mad. He didn't know, and so I politely messaged him. No, I posted my nigga. That's what it was. I posted my nigga, and he messaged me back and said, "Wait, that's your boyfriend?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Okay, I'm gonna stop messaging him and messing around with him out of respect for you." That's all I can ask for. I can't tell you block my nigga. I can't go off on nothing like that if you didn't know. You know what I mean? If you as a friend did not know I was dating this man, I was with this man, there's a reason why I didn't tell you. Clearly. And 2, once you find out how you act going forward, is how I'm gonna judge you. So according to my man, I'm going by what he said because I'm trusting him. I'm not going through no phones or nothing like that. There has not been a conversation since like that. There hasn't been any type of dialogue where it's too inappropriate or whatever like that. I got my eyes open, but that was the one situation I'm just like, okay. And don't get me started on the countless social media friends I have that whenever I posted, my man would respond to the story and say stuff like, "Can we join you? Can I join y'all? I want to watch y'all fuck. Please, can I see y'all fuck? I want to see how it looks. I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of that." Wanting to cling on and jump on because me and them used to fuck around. Listen, I understand the sentiment. I get the notion and I understand it. I understand completely. Me and used to fuck. Me and used to have threesomes. We used to go to sex parties, orgies, throw our own little thing. Yes, I get it. Group session. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Turn it up. Freak off. But I was single. Me and my nigga are not doing that. Not with you or with anybody else. And if we do decide to have a little fun and do a threesome and open up the bedroom, it will be with a stranger and not somebody we consider a friend. It will not be somebody that we invite on game nights and then they stay late night. We're not doing that. Okay? I've done that with past relationships. Me and Mr. Johnson used to do it all the time. But that became the basis of our relationship. I refuse to let that take over I refuse to let that poison what we have going on and really takes the focus away from what we're trying to build, and that's establishing our foundation for us together. We're trying to solidify our relationship. And opening the door to our friends who want to fuck us is not recommended. He even has a friend, a close friend of his, that asked him one day to have a threesome with us or to be in a three with us. I'm glad he was able to shut that shit down because his friend knew better than to ask me that bullshit. Because, mind you, this is a mutual friend. I'm cool with the dude, too. We're both cool with him. He knows how I don't play about him, about my men. He knows I'm loyal. I don't play about my boyfriend. I'm very strict. He understands all that. So he would never ask me no stupid shit like that. Whereas my man and him, they have a different type of friendship. They're more friendly, they can joke about stupid shit. Cool, that's cool. He's one of my man friends that, one of his whole friends. You know, you have a whole friend that call you every time they get some dick and they want to tell you about the dick they got and what happened. That's him. So in his head, he looks at sex totally different. So to him, it's like nothing for him to be like, oh, let me join y'all. I want to suck both y'all dick. No. And no matter how freaky I've ever been, I've never been that type to be that tacky. Like, I've never gone up to a couple and say, I want both of y'all. I don't do that unless I'm on the app. Unless I'm on the Twitter and I see y'all posting and saying, hey, y'all want some? We looking for a third. Then I might message y'all. But I'm not going to walk up to you in no club. I'm not going to walk up to you at a mall. I'm not going to hit you up on Facebook and be like, hey, if y'all looking for a third, I want to suck both y'all dick. I would never do that. It gets to a point that we have to have a little bit of tact in how we maneuver around here. People can call me whatever they want to say. They can say I'm a hoe. They can say I fuck a lot of people. They say I'm always down for the bullshit and I like threesomes and groups and all of that. It's plenty of people that can say I wasn't in the room with them. It's plenty of people that can say, oh, I never got a chance with Robbie. And not to be cocky or conceited, but that's the very reason why every time I get in a relationship, people get excited because they're like, is this my chance? When they have a threesome, are they going to call me? And I'm here to let you know, no. No. The many conversations that me and him have had about threesomes, and I promise you, our friends are not on the table. They're not options. I don't want anybody who we hang out with clothes on with in the daytime or nighttime, hang out with just normally, to get to see us in that way and be a part of us in that light. For me and him, when we have sex, it's very intimate. We don't have just slutty, raunchy, no love sex. We don't have that. So when people want to just join in, how you doing that? And as a friend, I don't want you joining in on that. Because when I'm going to call you and confide and talk to you about that nigga, or if we just hanging out, or if I just want to hang with you on my own, I don't want that problem to exist with my nigga being like, the nigga we just had sex with last week, the nigga that just fucked you in front of me, y'all can't go hang out. You know what I mean? So I don't want that issue. Do he have friends who I've thought about? Hell yes. He has friends that I've seen that I'll be like, if I was single, I would have hit that. But with him, no. I would never disrespect him like that. When he had roommates, I wasn't trying to sneak into another roommate room and suck their dick while he was asleep. He never had to worry about that. We don't have those issues. Anybody he's introduced me to, I wasn't sliding in their DM trying to have my own personal time with him. I wasn't giving him my number. The only phone number I have from him is his female friends. And they're females. So those are the only people that I've been willing to be able to say, oh, hey, girl, how you doing? I'm with such and such. I want to see you. How you doing? Like that. I can't do that with the boys. I know better. Gays will fuck up behind each other. They will sleep with each other's men and not look back. And I refuse to be an accessory to that crime and future murder, because that's what it'll end up being, a homicide, open case, cold case, whatever kind of case. It will be a true crime case if I ever try to sleep with one of my man friends. And the same thing if you ever try to dabble with one of my friends. Let me know if one of my friends get out of line so I can place them back in order and then remove them from my life. Luckily, none of my friends have tried that I know of, outside of the one person I spoke on who did not know we was in a relationship yet. And as soon as he found out, he addressed it. So I have to respect that. But for the ones who move secretly, the ones that are more shady, the ones that have an ulterior motive, trying to get to my man or trying to get to me through him, I see you a mile away and I'm looking and I'm watching. And that is another reason why it is hard to maintain friends in the gay community. We're so worried about somebody trying to fuck our man. And 9 times out of 10, it's justified. You know what type of friend you got. You know if your friend the type of person that will fuck behind you. You know if that type of person is the friend that you can't leave your man at home because they're going to try to, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that we all have a friend like that. But for those of us that do have whore-like friends that are a little slutty, you know what it's like. You know what I'm talking about. Now, me, I've had some times in the past where I've crossed some boundaries. I have. I really have. Can I say I've ever fucked one of my friends' man? No. I can say I haven't done that. Now, have I dabbled in somebody that's my friend has fucked with before? Yes. And typically that's because that friend has already shown me that they're not loyal to me and they will fuck behind me. So once I realized the rule is no longer important and that you will fuck behind me, then baby, all is fair in love and war. If you could fuck behind me, I could fuck behind you. There is the amount of people who I have fallen out with or we're not as close as friends as we once was because they found out I messed with somebody that they have also messed with. Now, mind you, I don't be all up in my friends' business. And a lot of my friends, which is why I hate this, but I understand it, a lot of my friends move private when it comes to who they're dating. I don't be knowing half of the niggas they be talking to. None of them. And a lot of times it's somebody that they used to date years ago. They're no longer dating, no longer involved with, no longer talking to, no longer fucking. Well, maybe they still fucking. I don't know. I don't be knowing all these things. I link with the person. They find out I linked with the person. And now it's this, you had sex with my man. You had sex with my ex. Why you fucking my ex? Da-da-da-da-da. We ain't gonna never be cool. I don't trust you. You fake. You did me wrong. Did you not fuck behind me? Did I do any of this when you fucked behind me? And you knew you was fucking behind me. I didn't know you was fucking behind me. I didn't know I was fucking behind you. I didn't. If I knew I was fucking behind you, I wouldn't have. Okay? But I thought all of it was fair. Y'all ain't together no more. Y'all aren't in the same vicinity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know there was rules to this so specifically. Now, I get it. Yes, there are some people that feel like that's shitty for somebody to do. But when it comes to the gay community, it's so small. It is so small. It is so hard to find somebody that has not fucked somebody you fucked or somebody you used to talk to. Like, it's so difficult. The amount of conversations me and my boyfriend have of the people that we have both slept with at different points of time in our lives is crazy. We have so much. It's a Venn diagram. If I could make a Venn diagram of the people that I fucked with, the people that he's fucked with, you would see more people lie in the middle than on each other's side. And that, what do I do about that? You know what I mean? I can't control that. I have nothing to do with that. I cannot control that because the gay community is so small. I have to leave the state if I want to go find some fresh meat and fresh ass. I don't have time for that. Okay? So I don't care if you've been with my man. Listen. He's mine now. Okay? And as long as a friend you can respect that, everybody can move forward because, again, people have ran after my sloppy seconds and I've had to let it go and let y'all backdoor me. Go through the back door. Get you a piece. Do what you got to do. Me and you ain't got to be that close no more. And that's the funny thing about it. When I've ever done this, it's never been somebody that I'm close with. It's always been somebody that I've seen hand by, somebody that's an acquaintance, somebody that I've seen just at the club. It's never somebody deeply I'm close with. You know what I mean? The one time that has happened, nothing physical actually happened. It was conversations that went too far. It got inappropriate. And by that point, me and my friend were not on talking to her. We weren't doing too great together. And I was friends with him and his boyfriend at the time, but then me and him fell out, and the boyfriend was still there. And then him and the boyfriend was having problems, and I was having problems with my dude. And so I was confining the boyfriend, just having conversations, and it just led to conversation that was a lot more inappropriate, disrespectful to my friend. And guess what? Me and my friend talked about it. We hashed it out. We've gotten past it. We have. It took a long time, but we did because I felt some type of way about some stuff as well. And it was deeper than the nigga. You know what I mean? To this day, we can talk about that same nigga and it not be an issue because I don't talk to the nigga. And once I had that conversation with my best friend, with my friend or whatever, we weren't best friends, but we were real close. Once I had a conversation with him and we talked about it and we really hashed it out, I told him I was going to leave that nigga. I would never go on message and talk to him ever again. And I was wrong for that. And I never did. Like, it's very simple to have morals. It's very simple to do what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? But some people get so tied up in wanting to fuck and want to be this and that. Like, nuh-uh. You can control yourself. I do it all the time. So yes, that goes back to the main topic. I done talked about so much shit other than that. But back to the main topic of I can maintain having a friendship with somebody. I have plenty of friends that I've seen their dick and I'm like, damn, his dick's big as fuck. Or I've seen people, like I said, I have friends that I've seen make content and I've seen their content. Do you think that means I fucked them? No. I've just seen their content. I liked, bookmarked, and kept it going. I'm content with my imagination. I don't have to touch them. I don't have to violate them. In the back of my mind, yes, I'm attracted. Yes, I'm turned on. But I know I could be more platonic than some people. Some people ain't that way. I don't want to ruin a friendship because I can fucking keep going. And they may not be able to do that. You know what I mean? Even my male best friend that I've had for, I want to say, what is 27? About 15 years, right? We've had incidents where we could have went and crossed the line. We've kissed in the past. Back in maybe like 2011, 2012, we kissed. It could have went further than that. It's never gone further than that. Never. Never has gone further than that. And that's because I cherished the friendship. I knew he would want something serious. I knew I did not. So I didn't take nothing further than that. Sometimes that's all it is. You can admire your friend and be able to say, I'm attracted to you. Different circumstances, I will fuck the shit out of you. But I also know I don't want anything serious with you. And because of that, I know you do want something serious. We're going to be friends. Very simple. Very simple. Very easy. Straightforward. It can be done. You can see a nice piece and say, that's a nice piece, friend. And keep it moving. If you can't control yourself to that degree, you have other problems that you have to talk about. Like, honestly, you have other problems. And that main problem would be being a predator. Because if you can't control yourself, just because you see a nice dick and your friend got a nice dick and you think when he fall asleep at night or when he get enjoyed, that means you should go fuck him, when there's been no reason for you to think you can do that. No. You're wrong. You can't do that. That's predatory behavior, and that's different than what we're talking about here. Consent is different. It's different when you got consent. If you don't have that, you shouldn't be moving like that. Okay? But, yeah, making friends is hard. I think keeping friends is harder. I think keeping friends while you're in a relationship is definitely hard in the gay community. Because you have to keep boundaries. I know my nigga, like the back of, I know him like it's nothing. If the person was already on my Facebook or already on my social media, I don't go add his friends. And he know that to do the same. We keep it respectful. We keep it moving. And we don't allow nothing like that to cross us. He knows that if his friend crosses the line, that's his job to check his friend. I know if my friend crosses the line, it's my job to check their ass. And that's where we at on that. I think it's pretty straightforward if you ask me. I don't know what the fuck people can be confused about. Is it difficult? Yes. But it can be done. And it's all about setting boundaries, knowing what you're allowed to do, knowing what you're allowing yourself to do, and knowing what you're allowing to be done to you. My goodness, I don't understand why people are so confused by the bare minimum sometimes. Sometimes you just need to do just the bare minimum. You don't got to do too much. God damn it. Yeah, I just want to touch on friends and fucking friends and friends with big dicks. My God, friends with big dicks. What do we do about them? Do we suck them? Do we sit on them? Do we pull at them and hope that they get harder until they bust and squirt all in our face? No, unless they ask you to do that, and unless y'all both can handle doing that without ruining the friendship. If it's gonna ruin the friendship, don't do it. Don't do it. And keep in mind, if you do that, when you do get in a relationship, that friend gonna be the one your man gonna be looking at. So be careful. Be careful who you call your friend or who you sleep with. Because in the future, when you hop into that relationship, unless you the lion type that like to keep shit as a secret, once your man find out, he will be side-eyeing that nigga. And that's just it to that. Because I've side-eyeing a lot of you punks that y'all don't think I know fucked around my man back in the day. Oh, I know. Y'all can still be friends, but I know the tea. I know all the tea. You think I don't, but I do. And I'm watching. I'm watching. I'm watching. I'm looking. I'm scoping. I'm peeping. But anyways, I've said enough. It was a quicker pod today. I just really wanted to get into some things based off that tweet I had saw. Just about friends having big dicks, friends you attracted to, and how to avoid crossing that boundary when you don't need to. So, hope I got into that enough for y'all. If not, I'll be back again on Tuesday. Love y'all. Be real. And on that note, I did enjoy myself talking to you today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And if you did, come back next Wednesday. Every Wednesday after that. Tune in to what I got to say. And yeah, just keep linking with Robbie.